This is a 1-hour gentle yoga class. Perfect for those who want a little bit more stretching. Maybe who want to open the heart center up a little bit and have a little bit more of a calming yoga class today. So a couple of props you might need: a yoga blanket or a beach towel to sit on if you like, especially if you feel tight in the hips and the hamstrings, and maybe a block or two, or even a stack of books works perfectly. Again, just knowing your body and your practice, and just moving into that practice that feels right for you today, remembering that it may not be the same as yesterday, it might be different tomorrow, but just allowing yourself to be okay with that. So we'll actually begin lying on the back in Shavasana. So go ahead, come lie down, legs extended, bring the hands out by your sides, palms up. Maybe take up a little bit more space on your mat, so widening the heels to the outer corners, letting the toes roll out from the body. You can bring the arms a little wider from the body if you like, or maybe into the mudra of compassion with the elbows bent, palms up, if the shoulders feel open. And go ahead, let's take one full out breath as we breathe in through the nose. Breathe out of the mouth. And just go ahead and settle into your mat. And just imagining feeling grounded and connected to the earth. When we rest in the unknown, and things are uncertain, allowing yourself to feel grounded, rooted, and stable is where we need to be. So imagine letting all of those areas that don't normally touch the mat soften and settle. So maybe the backs of the ankles, the knees, the low back, and even the back of the neck. Just let everything begin to relax, feeling as if you could touch the mat with each and every breath. Begin to bring your awareness to the heart center. Imagine relaxing the muscle around the heart. And just maybe notice what you're holding on to there. Sometimes we hold on to things sort of like that box of forgotten clothes up in the attic. We know that it's there, but we haven't really wanted to deal with it. So just taking a moment or a breath to acknowledge what's there in that space around the heart. Notice what you're holding on to. And even if you're ready to let it go, and if you're not, that's okay. But maybe with each exhale, you begin to let go. Sort of like peeling back the skin of an onion, layer by layer. And eventually finding yourself in stillness. Your thoughts begin to come in and right back out again. And if the mind wanders, just gently bring it back. Focusing on the gentle rise and fall of the chest. The inhale and the exhale. And then just moving on to the next. And we'll begin with a 3-part breath. So continue lying down on the back, taking one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. And take a big exhale together. Inhaling into the belly, the chest, and the throat, and exhaling fully. Inhaling belly, chest, throat. Exhale completely. Inhale into the belly, the chest, and the throat. Exhaling. Now take one full inhale all the way in, and then exhale out the throat, the chest, and the belly. Again, smooth inhale all the way in. Exhale, throat, chest, belly. One more round, breathing in. Exhale, throat, chest, and belly. And allow the breath to return to normal. And in the stillness, taking that quiet moment to say your personal prayers or offer your intentions. Anything you'd like to offer up or receive. Maybe in the space of the heart, you can tuck that intention away and go back to it throughout your practice today. And then as you're ready, just bring some gentle awareness into the body, maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes. And on the inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Reach through the fingers, reach through the toes, breathe deeply into the ribs. And then exhale, pull the knees into the chest. Let the back of the neck be long here and just move here, maybe making circles with the knees. One direction, then the other. Massaging the low back. Just bringing some fresh energy and prana into the spine and the back of the body. And then from here, let's hug the right knee into the chest and extend that left leg long on the mat. Again, just make sure that the back of the neck is long and the chin is tucked slightly into the chest. Pull the knee into the ribs. Maybe making the pose active as you press through the left heel, flexing the left foot. Releasing any tension in the low back. And then taking the right hand on the knee, just make big circles with that knee all the way around. Releasing any tension in the hip joint, and again the low back. And then coming back to the wind pose as you pull that right knee into the chest. And with the left hand, we're going to guide the knee over to the left. Extend the arm, the right arm long, gaze to the right. Gently inhaling in, gently exhaling. Back through to center. Hug both knees into the chest again. And then exhale, take hold of that left knee, extend the right leg long, pull the knee into the chest. And then begin to circle the knee one direction, then the other with that left hand. And then as you're ready, right hand guides that knee over to the right. Extend the left arm long, breathing here. Begin to lengthen on the inhale, exhaling, release a little bit into the twist. And back through to center, hug both knees into the chest. And then from here, roll onto the right side of the body. The legs should be straight out so that the hips, the knees, and the ankle are in one alignment. Now you can rest your head in the crook of the elbow or maybe in the hand. It's up to you, whichever is most comfortable. Take the left hand in front of the body. pull the belly in and up. As you exhale, lift that left leg straight up, working the hip joint. Now flex your foot and point your toes. Flex your foot and point. One more time, flex your foot and point. Now from here, you're going to draw that left foot all the way down, maybe 6 inches above the right foot. Flex the foot. Now you can work the core here, if you like, by bringing the right foot up to meet the left, pulling the belly into the spine. And then release. And then switching sides, so you're going to roll to the left side of the body. Again, the legs are long, the joints are all in alignment. Resting your head in your hand or the crook of the elbow, right arm in front for some support. Pull the belly into the spine. Now flex the right foot and lift it up. Really use the hip muscle on the right. Flex, point, flex, point. One more time, flex and point. Good, now lower that right leg, maybe 6 inches above that left foot, and then lift the left foot to meet the right, if you like. And then release both legs to the mat, bend the knees, coming up to sitting. Now for any of the seated poses, if you need a blanket, if you feel really rounded, you can sit on your blanket, or you can take maybe a block under each of your knees like this. That will help. Okay, so let's just sit up nice and tall. We'll begin with some gentle head and neck circles. So begin to circle the head, circle the neck, and just moving into any areas of the body that feel tight. And just allowing that release to travel all the way down from the head and the neck into the shoulders and the hands, from the hips all the way down into the ankles. And then sitting up nice and tall, we'll take the right hand behind us for a twist. So you can teacup the hands coming up onto the fingertips, left hand comes across. Inhale, lengthen. Exhaling, twist to the right. Maybe close your eyes and imagine a purple light right between the eyebrows. Use your breath to lengthen on the inhale, exhale, twist. You can stay right here in the upright twist, or you can round the spine, tuck the chin into the chest. And breathe deeply into the space right between the left shoulder blade and the spine. And then coming back through to the upright twist as you inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. And leave the left hand on the right knee, cross the right over, and form an X as you round the spine, chin to the chest. Breathe deeply into the upper back. Feel the shoulder blades move away from one another. And then leave the right hand on the left knee. Left hand comes behind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhaling, twist. Nice long spine. Stay here or around the spine, leaving the right hand on the knee. Breathe deeply into the space behind the right shoulder blade. Good. Come back through to the twist as you inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. And then take the left and cross it over the right. Round the spine, chin to the chest. Good. Release the hands. And then we'll bring the hands behind the body. Interlace your fingers. Try to squeeze your hands together. Roll the collarbones open and just make the pose active as you press the chest forward and the knuckles down to the mat. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Good. And then from here, we'll take the hands over to the right waist, still interlaced. Try to squeeze the elbows together. And then drop the left ear to the left shoulder, and you can tilt the chin here. Relax your throat, relax your jaw, the space around the eyes. Good, and then bringing the hands over to the left waist. Sit up nice and tall, squeezing the elbows towards one another. Right ear to the right shoulder, and tilt your chin. And back through to center. And release the hands and just give your shoulders a little roll here. Finding your way into tabletop pose. So on your hands and knees, make sure the joints are stacked, so the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. If you like, you can pad the knees with your blanket or curl the toes under. That will help a little bit. And we'll move through 3 rounds of cat and cow. So as you inhale, drop your belly down, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And then exhaling, round the spine, chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone. Again, breathing in, inhale. And exhale, round the spine, chin to the chest. One more round, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, round the spine. Come up to a nice neutral spine. And we'll work here to strengthen the paraspinal muscles along the spine as well as the core. So again, engage that core, pull the belly in and up, extend the right leg out behind you. Now engage the glute muscles, you squeeze the bum, reach back through the toes. And as you're ready, left arm floats forward. Reach through the fingertips, reach through the toes, press that left shin into the mat. Keep breathing. Good, come back through to tabletop, shift the hips. And switch sides as that left leg extends. Extend through the crown of the head. Engaging the glute, engage your core. Right arm floats forward. Feel like you're being pulled in opposite directions. Keep softening through the breath. And come back through to tabletop. Shift the hips from side to side. We'll work on thread the needle. So this time you're going to lift the left arm up to the ceiling, open the chest, and then exhale, thread it underneath the right. Rest the left cheek on the block or a blanket. Now with that right arm, it can just stay right where it is, or if you like, you can extend the right arm long, sink the chest, or if you like a little bit more of a shoulder opener, the right arm can float up, maybe to the low back, or maybe to that inner thigh crease on the left. And just breathe here. Pull the belly into the spine. And allow the ribs to move away from the waist. Allowing the muscles in the back to release. And then pressing yourself back into tabletop. Shift the hips from side to side and realign your joints. This time the right arm will float up for the twist, and then exhale, thread it underneath the left. Right cheek on the mat. Left arm extends, or maybe you float it up to the ceiling, to the low back or that inner thigh crease on the right. And then floating back up to tabletop. And again, just shift the hips, realign the joints. And we'll take the modification of the downward facing dog. So walk your hands forward, leave the bum lifted, and just begin to melt the chest, maybe the forehead down to the mat or a block. And you can move here a little bit. Shift the hips from side to side. You can turn the palms up if the shoulders are a little bit more open, and just move into the shoulder joint. You can roll the head from side to side here. Good.
Now you can continue to work in the modification for the downward facing dog, just staying right here. Or if you'd like to make your way into downward facing dog, curl the toes and lift the hips. And then just begin to move here a little bit. Bend one knee, then the other. Shake out your head for yes, shake out your head for no. Maybe coming up onto the tippy toes, stretching out your feet and your ankles. As you sink the heels to the mat, pressing equally into the hands. Now pull the belly into the spine, engage the core, and notice how the muscles in the back begin to release. From here, we'll just baby step the feet up to meet the hands at the front of your mat for Uttanasana, the forward fold, bending your knees. And we'll take the elbows in front of the body, or just taking the hands to the mat or your blocks, and just move here a little bit. Let the upper body feel heavy. Allow the weight of the head to traction the spine. And just feel as if the brain is being cradled in the crown of the head. Let everything soften and settle. And then from here, just come rounding up vertebra by vertebra, head and neck come last. And just take a couple of breaths here, especially if you feel a little dizzy as you come up. And just roll those shoulders front to back. And we'll begin in mountain pose, bringing the hands to prayer. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together and slide them back and down. Good, we'll do some half sun salutations. So inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Maybe wiggling the arms behind the ears, lift the chest, arch back, and squeeze the glutes to protect the low back. And then we'll reach out, bring the hands together, interlace your fingers, press the palms up, and we'll bend to the right. So open the chest, try to make the pose active as you press through your palms. Press that left foot down, maybe lifting up the left toes. And breathe deeply again into the left side of the body. Back up through to center. And then over to the left. Press the right foot down. Breathe deeply into the muscles in between the rib bones. And back through to center. Release your hands, reach up. And then exhale, folding forward, bend the knees. From here, we'll take the hands with the fingers interlaced at the low back. Let the arms come overhead. And just move here a little bit. Make sure the head and neck are relaxed. And then taking the hands to the shins, we'll come into a half forward fold. So nice long spine, legs are straight, gaze is forward. And then exhaling, folding in. This time we'll take the backs of the legs so the hands can come to the heels, or you can interlace your elbows. Slide the arms down the backs of your legs. Press the chest and belly on the thighs and lift the tailbone up. Relax your head, relax your neck. And then releasing the hands. And with the knees bent, we'll sweep the arms forward, up and back, lift the chest. And then exhale, hands to prayer. Close your eyes. Go back to your intention. Letting everything go. 2 more with the breath. So inhale, lift the arms. Exhaling, folding forward, bend the knees. Inhale up halfway, nice flat back. Exhale, bend the knees and fold in. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to prayer. 1 more round. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhaling, folding forward, bend the knees. Inhale up halfway. And exhale, fold. Sweeping the arms all the way up. And then exhale, hands to prayer, and just close your eyes. Allow yourself to be here on the mat in your practice. Allow the breath to calm the rhythms of the mind. Good, and so our balancing pose, we'll stand on the feet. Keep the hands at heart center. Feet are probably going to be about hip width distance apart. Now as you inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides and up and come up onto the balls of the feet. Shoulders back and down. And as you exhale, we'll bring the hands back to heart center, lower the heels to the mat. 2 more rounds, inhale. And the last round, inhaling. Good, close the eyes. Easy breath in, easy breath out. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up, lift the chest. And then bend the knees, exhaling, folding forward. This one will straighten the left leg. Keep the right knee bent and walk the hands over to the right. Now you can use your hands on a block, any height, or you can even wrap the hands behind the right calf. And just breathe here. Press that left foot down. This is a great stretch for the IT band. So if you tend to do a lot of cardio, this is the perfect stretch. And then coming back through to center. Straighten the right leg, bend that left knee, walk the hands to the left. Let the head and neck relax. And come back through to center, bend the knees. Take the hands to the mat and just walk the feet back to plank pose. If you need to, drop onto the knees. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lower the knees, sitting back for your child's pose. The hands can be extended, or you can bring the hands down by your sides, palms up. You can roll the head from side to side, just ironing out the wrinkles in the forehead, relaxing any tension. Good, and then bringing the arms forward, come back through to the tabletop pose. So on the hands and knees. We're gonna do a little flow here from cow to downward facing dog, back to child's pose. Now if downward facing dog does not work for you, just stay in that modification with the knees on the mat, with the chest sinking down here. Good, so we'll curl the toes under. Inhale into your cow, and then exhale, finding that downward facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, sitting back, child's pose. Inhale for cow. Exhaling into the dog. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, sit back. One more round. Inhale, floating forward for your cow. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, press it back, down, child's pose. You can uncurl the toes. You can even bring the hands back down by your sides if you like. Let everything soften and settle. And from here, walk the hands forward and extend a child's pose. And then you can even come up onto the fingertips, teacupping the hands, making the pose a little bit more active. You can walk the hands over to the right as you drop the left hip bone down towards your left heel, making a nice C curve with the spine. And back through to center. And then over to the left, drop that right hip bone down towards your heel. Breathe deeply into the side of the body. and back through to center. And then from here, we'll find our way onto our belly for the Sphinx pose. Okay, so you want to make sure that the elbows are underneath your shoulders. Now, the heels do not have to be together here, but you want to engage the glutes and reach back through the toes. And make sure you're not sinking down into the shoulder joints. Press into your forearms. Now, try to press into the forearms and slide the elbows back. Scoop your chest forward. Gaze is slightly lifted. Relax your throat and reach back through your toes. You can stay right here. If you want to stretch out the neck a little bit, drop the chin to the chest, and you can tilt the chin here from side to side. Good. And then from here, slide all the way onto the belly for your cobra pose. So take the hands underneath your shoulders. This time, bring the heels together to protect your low back. So we're looking here for extension, not a lot of height here. So as you exhale, you're going to lift the chest, really use the muscles along the spine. And as you come up, press into the hands, slide the elbows back, extend through the crown of the head, reach back through your toes. And then exhale, release, rest one cheek on the mat, bring the hands down by your sides, palms up. Let everything soften and settle. Relax any tension in the low back. And then bring the chin on the mat. Keep the hands down by your sides. Big inhale. And then exhale, lift everything up. Extend through the crown of the head, reach back through your toes. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then slide your fingertips towards your heels. Now keep breathing. Make sure you're not holding on to the breath here. And then release, rest your opposite cheek on the mat. Let any tension release from the low back, the back of the neck. Good, and then from here, taking the hands underneath the shoulders, press it back to a wide-legged child's pose. So bring the big toes together, and then just melt that chest down in between thighs. The hands can be extended or down by your sides, whatever feels right for you and your body today. And then coming back through to tabletop pose on the hands and knees. And we'll work on the gate pose. So make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Take the right hand underneath your face. Now spin the right shin parallel to the front of the mat and extend that left leg long. Press the entire sole of the foot into the mat, the left foot, and reach that left arm up. Again, just breathe here. You can stay here if you like. You can move here a little bit. Maybe make circles with that left arm. Maybe reach the left arm forward, stretching to the side of the body. And it also feels nice to drop the right ear to the right shoulder, and you can tilt your chin here. And then reach that left arm straight up. Stay here, or working on your balance, lift that left foot up, flex your foot, press through the heel. And then release back through the tabletop. Shift the hips from side to side. And we'll take the second side. So the left hand will come to the center of your face. Spin the left shin parallel, come up. Right leg extends, try to press the pinky edge of the foot into the mat. And then just move here as you sweep the arm forward. Maybe make circles with that right arm. Whatever feels right for your body today. Just noticing that each side of the body might be different. reach the right arm up. You can stay here, float forward, balancing on the left shin, left hand, flex the foot, and breathe. And then float back through to tabletop. Shift the hips from side to side. Good. And then from here, we'll bring the right foot in between the hands for the lunge. Now, if the knee is not healthy, you want to have the ankle underneath your knee. Otherwise, you can bring the knee forward of the ankle as long as the heel remains on the mat. So you don't want that heel popping up. You can always use a block or two. And begin to press that left thigh bone down, extend through the crown of the head. Good, and then from here, bring the hands to the thigh. Either have the knee in alignment with the ankle or start to press the knee away from the body, lift the chest. And then take the upright twist as the left hand comes to the outer edge of your knee, right hand comes behind you or maybe to the outer thigh, twist to the right. And then release the hands to either side of the foot. Sitting back for the runner stretch as the right leg extends. Now again, just use your hands on your blocks. Make sure the left knee is underneath the left hip. Now flex your foot, spread your toes wide, and fold over the right leg. Good, now just start to circle the foot and the ankle, one direction and then the other. Keep breathing. Good, now flex your foot and fold. From here, take the toes to about 11 o'clock. Imagine a clock face right at the front of your mat. So your toes will turn to the left first, and then press the pinky edge of your foot into the mat. Come back through the center, flex your foot. Turn the toes to about 2 o'clock to the right, and press the inner arch of your foot towards the front of the mat. Good, flex your foot, folding in. And then we'll inhale up halfway, nice flat back, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold in a little deeper. From here, you're going to bend that front knee. Take both arms to the inner foot and the inner leg. From here, you can turn the toes out, walk your foot out to the edge of the mat, okay? Now you can stay right here. You can come on one forearm or both, or even use your blocks here. And just close your eyes. Relax your face and your jaw. And then coming up onto the palms. We're going to take the hands to the mat. Now you're going to take the foot and heel toe it over towards the left wrist for pigeon. So you're going to come into pigeon on the right hip, okay? Now, having that heel pulled a little bit back towards the pelvis will help a little bit if you're a little tight in your hips. Otherwise, you can bring the foot more forward and have the shin more parallel. Now, if you have a back issue, you're going to want to come into reverse pigeon on the back. Right leg will come across. You can even pull the knee in, the left knee in here. So finding whatever pigeon is right for you today, okay? Lengthen as you lift the chest, and then exhaling, coming forward into your pigeon. So maybe that means you just rest, maybe even on the palms or maybe on the forearms. You can step stack the forearms, rest your head here, maybe on a block. And just close your eye. Go back inside. Using your time on the mat. Allowing yourself to feel humble and grateful for this moment, whatever it holds for you. And then coming up onto the palms, we're going to find our way back into tabletop pose so that the knees are on the mat, knees underneath the hips. And we're going to extend that right leg long. Curl your toes under. Now press into the hands and press the heel back, stretching through the calf and the Achilles tendon. Good. Now from here, come forward a little bit on the hands. Pick up that right foot and take it over to the left side of the body. Keep the toes curled under. Now you're going to gaze out over the left shoulder. And come back through to tabletop. Shift the hips from side to side. From here, we'll bring the left foot forward. Again, the ankle underneath the knee, or coming forward as long as the heel is not off the mat. And just try to sink that right thigh bone down, nice long spine. And then as you're ready, coming up, maybe pressing the knee away from the body if the knee's healthy. Rolling the collarbones open. Taking the upright twist as the right hand comes to the outer edge of your knee, left hand to the low back or the outer thigh. Sink the hips, gaze out over that left shoulder. And then unwind. Take the hands on either side of the foot and we'll sit back for the runner stretch. As the left leg extends, right knee underneath right hip. You can use your blocks or be on the fingertips. Now flex your foot, spread the toes wide, and fold over the right leg. And then start to circle the foot and the ankle, maybe shifting the hips from side to side. Flex your foot. Now we'll turn the toes to about 2 o'clock so the toes go to the right this time and press the pinky edge of your foot forward. And then flex the foot. Turn the toes to the left. Press the inside arch of the foot forward this time. Good. Flex your foot, fold here. One more breath as you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Bend your front knee, come back through to the lunge, and then take the hands to the inner arch of your foot. Turn the toes out, walk your foot to the edge of the mat. Stay right here on the palms or come down onto one form or both. Use any props you need. And immediately relax your face and your jaw. Let your head hang heavy. Then come up
to the right for pigeon on the right. Again, just use any props you need, so block underneath the hip or flip it over onto your back. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhaling, folding into your pigeon. Again, immediately go right back inside. And if the mind is wandering, just bring it back to your intention. And allow yourself to be here on this moment, or in this moment on your mat. And come back to the center. We'll come back to the tabletop, realign the joints, and extend that left leg long. Press through your heel, curl the toes under, and press your hands back. So you really get a good stretch in the back of the left leg. Floating forward slightly, we'll take that foot, cross it over to the right, keep the toes curled under, and gaze out over that right shoulder. And then release back through the tabletop. And we'll sit back on the heels and just roll to one hip. Now with the seated poses, you maybe want to have a blanket, especially if the spine feels really rounded. So we'll take Janushirshasana first. So the left leg will extend. Take the right sole of the foot to the inner thigh. You can take a block underneath that right knee if you need to. Now sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, hinge forward at the waist and just take your time into the nice forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, folding in. Just use your breath. Remembering you don't have to be in the full pose in one breath. Now the hands can rest down by the sides of the leg, or if you like, you can take the hands to the foot and just fold in. Those of you who have capacity can take the right hand to the pinky edge of the foot and pull the chest down to the thigh. Coming back up. And we'll switch sides, so the right leg will extend. Bring the left foot to the inner thigh. Use any props you need underneath that left knee if you like. Sit up nice and tall. And then exhaling, folding in. Lengthen on the inhale, exhale, fold. And coming all the way up. Release the pose. And we'll take the back stretch. So you can keep the blanket underneath the bum if you like, or what you're gonna do is bend the knees. Okay, now this is where a prop is kind of helpful. You can take that blanket and roll it up underneath the knees, or you can even take the blanket onto the thighs, okay? So you're gonna sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, hinging forward at the waist. Come down, rest the chest and belly on the thighs. Again, use a prop in between the chest and the thighs or underneath the knees. And you're going to just fold forward here. Again, hands can be down by your sides, or you can take the outer edges of the feet. And just folding in, release your head and your neck. And just imagine the lengthening from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. And just breathe deeply into the back of the body. And then release gently, coming up. And we'll come onto our backs again. Good. Now from here, we're going to have both feet on the mat. Bring the hands down by your sides, right by your hips, palms down. Let the back of the neck be long. Press into the feet. Lift the hips for your bridge. The hands can be down by your sides, or if you like, you can interlace the fingers underneath the body and roll the collarbones open. Chin is tucked slightly into the chest. And then gently drop the hips to the mat. And we'll extend the arms out to the sides, dropping the knees to the left, gaze to the right. You can stay here with the knees stacked, or if you would like to intensify the stretch, take the left foot, which is the bottom foot, and place it on top of that right thigh. Come back through to center. Place both feet on the mat. And then as you're ready, dropping the knees to the right, gaze to the left. If you like that right foot to come on top of the left thigh, you can go ahead. And come back through to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Make circles with the knees, again, giving that back a little massage. And you can stay here, take the happy baby, reaching up, take the soles of the feet, pressing the tailbone down to the mat. And then giving those knees one more hug. Finding your Shavasana, so coming back into the corpse pose. Legs extended, hands down by your sides, palms up. And just close your eyes. And beginning to find that place where you don't have to fidget. And just leave the physical body on the mat. Allow yourself to be grateful for what your body could do today. Grateful for your time on the mat. I'm grateful for each and every breath. Slowly begin to find your body, connecting your body and your breath. Wiggle fingers and toes. And if you like, you can take a nice stretch overhead. And stay on your back or roll to one side for a breath or two. And find your way back to seated for meditation, continuing to close your eyes if you can. And we'll bring the hands with the index and the thumb together at your knees, palms up or palms down. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold, the holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all of your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. Bringing the hands to the heart center. May we be receptive to the divine light that rests in each and every one of us, each and every day. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Om Shanti, which means peace to all beings, and